Hello and welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back to the channel here, guys. And once again we've watched Barcelona capitulate in front of our own eyes, and it is all our own fault. This is Real Madrid that we're playing, a fantastic team, champions of Europe. But this is nothing to do with Real Madrid. It's not the fact that we're playing Real Madrid. It's not even the fact that we've lost tonight and we lost on Sunday. It's not about that. It's the way we're losing. It's the way we're going out on the pitch and we are being dominated. And that in itself is unacceptable for a Barcelona team. We cannot ever go out on the field and allow ourselves to be dominated in the way that we were in that first half. It is unacceptable. We are not that club. We are not that team. If we lose, fine. If we lose a cup, a super cup, it's no problem. The season is long, we'll sort it out. But that is not the point. The way we are going about our business right now is unacceptable. We have had a summer of absolute devastation. We've pursued a player in Marco Verratti that the board never had any intention of making a proper offer for. In doing so, we lost one of our best players and one of the best upcoming players that could have replaced Messi in time to come in Neymar. It's ridiculous, the fact that we've lost him and nothing has been done. Who on earth have we brought in to replace Neymar? Nobody. And the reason for that, the board that you see in front of you. Now, a lot of people are coming onto the videos and saying, look, you know, everything might be okay, we can sort this out. We have to see facts. We have to see the bigger picture. Even if they bring in someone right now, this club is being run in the wrong way. And I think everybody who has stood up right now and has tweeted the hashtags Bartomeu, Dimite Ya, Bartomeu, Dimite Hoy, that is the way to go. We want this board out and we will do everything in our power to see that happen, because this cannot go on. Not the way that we're being run. It's absolutely ridiculous. Right from the top. The decision making, the bad planning, and that's why we're in this mess. That is exactly why we are in the mess that we are. Bad planning, bad decisions, because right now it's reflecting on the pitch. You can see that. It's an aging squad. We bought the wrong players. We've spent too much money and we've addressed the wrong areas. In this team right now, we do not have a controller. We had the perfect opportunity to buy one this summer. Seri at Nice, a relatively low profile player, but one that is very talented, and most of all, one that suits our style of play and can help aid our philosophy. Did we pursue him? Absolutely not. He was available for 40 million euros. Nice would have taken the offer. He dreams of playing at Barca, and we could have seen him in a Barca shirt tonight. Instead, he was playing Napoli in a Champions League qualifier, and we had Paulinho. That is who we signed with the 40 million euros, a player that is 29 from the Chinese Super League and does not fit our style of play. That's the board's answer. We've lost Neymar and their answer is Paulinho. What on earth is going on in their heads? What planet do they live on? And I tell you what, they are running scared. The pressure is well and truly on them, and boy are they feeling it. Do not ever feel like you're not making a difference. On social media, if you're making your voice heard, if you're joining in the movement with the hashtags, with the photos, sharing the videos of the vote of no confidence, you are making an impact. Make no mistake about it. Whether you're in Spain or whether you're in any other country in the world, you make your voice heard and you make sure that you put as much pressure on the board, because believe me, they are feeling it. People in Catalonia and people in Barcelona, they are talking about this right now. The message is being spread. It might not be spreading like wildfire, but believe me, bit by bit we are making progress. Benedito's campaign is moving from strength to strength. More and more socios are being informed about the vote of no confidence, and that begins at the start of September. And I tell you what, this Super Cup defeat, although it might hurt right now, it could actually benefit us in the long run. I would certainly hand in the Super Cup if it meant getting rid of Bartomeu and his board and his years of bad decisions and bad planning. I would happily hand in a Super Cup if it was because of that. And this is what I would say as well is, you watch the body language of the players out there tonight, you watch their commitment. You can say all you like about the quality, about the quality of the players, the lack of signings, but this exact team went to the Bernabeu in April in the league. We didn't have Neymar that day, so you can't say it was because we had Neymar and we don't now. Neymar was suspended for that game. We went there and the spirit, the fight, the drive, it got us over the line. We won the game in the last possible second in the best possible way. Tonight, you did not see that fight. You did not see that spirit. And I honestly believe that the players are making a stand. They cannot say anything publicly. They cannot do that. They're under contract, so they cannot speak out against the current board. But they are clearly unhappy with what's going on. All you've got to do is see the body language of the players. You look at the likes of Lionel Messi, the likes of Suarez coming out the tunnel after half-time. They look down in the dumps. Their spirits are down. They've got no fight left in them. And I bet Lionel Messi's standing there thinking, what on earth has happened? A few months ago, I was surrounded by Neymar, surrounded by Suarez. The team was trying to play for me. But even last season, you saw Lionel Messi dropping into that midfield because he's having to create the chances himself. He's having to play the two roles, just like he has been in Argentina. But now in Argentina, he's got Sampaoli, who wants to build the team around Messi. That's what we should be doing. He's the greatest player of our generation, and we've got him dropping back into midfield simply to get the ball. We should have a controller in that position. We should have somebody there who's going to create the chances for them, who's going to get the ball, who's going to dictate the play. Lionel Messi cannot do it all. He's a phenomenal player, the best we've ever seen, but he can only be in one place at once. The team has not been built around Messi. It's not been built to his strengths, and that's what it should have been. That's where the mistakes lie, and that is why Messi himself will be very, very disappointed with what's going on right now. He's been treated unfairly. This club have made him promises. I've no doubt about that, and I've got no doubt about it that they've lied. They promised him that they would replace Neymar. They promised him that they would strengthen the club this summer if he signed a new deal, and once again, they've lied point blank to Messi's face. We have seen no progress this summer. Absolutely nothing, and it is unacceptable. This cannot go on. We have to provide the greatest of all time with a few more magical years. His prime years of his career deserve to be spent winning trophies, competing at the top. Messi has given absolutely everything to this club. That is the very least that he deserves, to go out at the top, winning the trophies, competing at the very highest level. We owe him that. The board owes him that. So give the guy what he needs. Give him a competitive squad. Give him a squad that can play to our strengths, the club's strengths, our philosophy. Don't go and sign players like Paulinho who go completely against what we believe in and don't actually add anything to our team. Yet still, they're an expensive acquisition. He's on massive wages and he's on a long contract. The things that the board are doing are making absolutely no sense. Of course, there could be other interests that they have. Business interests, murky interests. You've no idea what's going on, and I dread to think of the deals that are being cut by the board of late and exactly what's going behind these transfers. But what I do need to say is it needs to stop right now. We deserve people in power who are doing things the right way, who are doing things above board and are sticking to everything in the legal way. One of the big figures in Barcelona, Pep Seguera, came out actually in the media after the following game against Real Madrid on Sunday, and he almost blamed the defeat single-handedly on Gerard Piqué and his performance. One of the club's board members did that in an official interview to the public. It's ridiculous. And then an official member of the club's board came out today and said that, oh, don't worry about the hashtags. It wasn't from fans in Catalonia. It was from fans from overseas. So that opinion really isn't valid. So they were basically alienating our worldwide fan base. The club accepts sponsors from abroad, they accept shirt sales from abroad, they're happy to go to America and see stadiums filled and get all that revenue, but they're not happy to support us and support our opinions even though we're overseas. This board is dragging this club through the mud. Our name has been tarnished, our reputation has been tarnished, our whole philosophy, the values, the things that we stand for, the things that Johan Cruyff built at this club during the era of the dream team. Everything he built, everything good that he introduced at this club, Bartomeu, from Sandro Rosset, now Bartomeu is trying to destroy that, and we ourselves, it's in our hands now to stop it. The players on the pitch, I genuinely believe there is a lack of effort there. I genuinely believe that the players are not happy with how things are being run. Busquets himself came out after the Real Madrid defeat on Sunday and he said the club need to sign players. They need to make signings. We're not doing enough. That's all the players can do right now. That's the only thing they're allowed to openly criticise is the lack of signings. They can't really say anything about the board being run poorly. So I believe we've seen their biggest show of no confidence tonight on the pitch. Their lack of fight, their lack of effort. It will again spark a bit of discussion in Barcelona amongst the socios. They'll see what's going on the pitch. They won't like the way that Real Madrid have run all over us tonight, and they will see that change needs to be made. This is not an over-exaggeration. This is not a feeling over two games. It's not because of one game. It's not because of a failed signing. It's not because of one bad decision. This has been years and years of bad planning, bad decisions. You all saw my video earlier on Bartomeu's bad decisions in terms of signings, the wages that we're giving to players, the long contracts that we're giving to players who are too old and frankly not good enough to play for Barcelona. You can see the decisions that have been made to land us in this position. And then you look at Real Madrid, somebody like Marco Asensio. They signed him for under €4 million. And guess who was offered the opportunity to sign him? We were. We were given the opportunity by Mallorca. They came to us. They said he's for sale. You can have him if you pay the fee. We said we've just spent €4 million on Douglas from Brazil. Can we pay you in installments? Florentino Perez made the call to Rafael Nadal, who's very much a supporter of Mallorca and Madrid, and bang, Asensio was gone. Simply because we dallied, because the board didn't make the decision, and because once again they were too busy concentrating on very, very shady deals for a Brazilian player, much like the one that we've just seen with Paulinho. It's unacceptable. There is very shady things going on from the club. We've seen that right since the start of the Sandro Rossi era with the Neymar signing. Bartomeu, remember, was part of that board. He has continued that sort of bad legacy that we've seen from Rossi. It's carried on into this era. They kicked Abidal out of the club. They made Dani Alves leave. They turned him against the club, and now we've seen Neymar leave the club as well. This cannot go on. These decisions must be stopped, and it's in our hands. We have to make it happen, guys, and believe me, we're in the process. You are helping. Do not let anyone tell you differently. We can do this. We can win this. It starts with Benedito at the start of September. Make sure, if you're a Soci, that you make the right decision. It is all on your shoulders. We've put our full faith in you to see our club succeed and come out of this very dark tunnel. There is light at the end of it, but we have to get there, and we can only get there through you. So leave your thoughts down below, guys. I want to know your thoughts on the match, on the running of this club, what we can do. Thank you to all of you for the way that you've responded in the campaign against Bartomeu, the performance tonight, the way that we were dominated, the way that Real Madrid strolled around the pitch and made us look like amateurs. It is unacceptable. This is not the Barca that we know, and this is not the Barca that we love. I will see you very, very soon. But until then, as always, Vasca, el Barça.